We are going to share about Kawira Mwangaza joining UDA. Kawira, in the Bantu language of the mountain areas, means somebody who works. But then, that somebody should be small. Kawira. Aluya would say, hamutu hakasi. Hamutu hatoko hakasi. That is Kawira. And surely she's a small hard worker. Can we say the worker bee in a hive? Mwangaza is the Swahili word for light. If you're inclined towards UDA, you'd say she has seen the light. Now, what does the Constitution say? First and foremost, she will be deemed to have joined UDA if the records at the Registrar of Political Parties indicate that she is in UDA. If we go to the Registrar of Political Parties and check her name and find that her name is in the roll of members of UDA, that is when legally she'll have been seen to have joined UDA. If at the time of checking, her name does not appear in that roll, or her name is in the process of being put in the UDA roll call, then she'll have been deemed not to have joined. And if I heard her properly, she said that in 2027, she is going to defend her seat on UDA. So, are we sure that the UDA list roll of members, is she on it? Now suppose she's on it. What does the Constitution say? Do the people of Meru go back to election? Well, first of all, if the governor defects, does the deputy governor also defect? I have not discussed with any lawyer. I am not a lawyer. But I want to say this. If a governor is elected, he defects to another party, I don't think there is need for a by-election. If the governor did not defect with deputy governor. Because the Constitution says the seat of the president or the seat of the governor, if it becomes vacant, then the deputy governor or deputy president takes over for the remainder of the days of the election. And if that seat becomes vacant, now in this case it becomes vacant because the governor has, or even the president, has defected to another party. It becomes vacant. But the deputy governor has not defected. If they defect both of them, well and good. But if the governor alone defects, then the deputy governor takes over the rest of the period. And if the deputy governor or deputy president takes over for a period, even a day, more than half the term, even if it is a day more than half a term, the half a term is 5 years. So if the deputy governor or deputy president takes over for 2.5 years plus 1 day, then that deputy president or deputy governor is seen to have served one term. So it means that he or she is only liable to contest once. Suppose you defect, suppose you are the deputy president or the deputy governor, and the seat becomes vacant and you take over. When it is 2.5 years plus 1 day, then it means that you are only liable for re-election once. But if it is 2.5 years after 1 day, let's say 2 years, 5 months and 29 days, you'll have seen, you'll not be, you are liable now to, you can serve for 12 years and a half. That is, if it is only the governor who has defected. Has the deputy governor defected? If yes, they go for by-election. If no, the deputy governor takes over. Now, in this instance, we have not heard of whether the deputy governor has defected. Have we? I doubt. But I stand to be corrected. Now, what does defection mean? What does the law say in a layman's language? You see, a pastor will say, chapter this, verse this, and a lawyer will say, act this, section this, subsection this. I'm neither. But I have to say this, I'm neither a lawyer nor a pastor. But what the law says somewhere in the Constitution, it says that if a governor joins another party other than the party that took him or her to that seat, if a senator defects and joins a party other than the party that he or she contested in, if the president defects and takes another party apart from the party that he or she was elected on, if a member of the National Assembly, including women rep, becomes a member of another party apart from the party that he or she went to parliament with, then that, and then MCA also, it's also applied. If an MCA joins another party apart from the party that he or she contested and won, he or she will have been deemed to, it talks of a party. It is silent on independent candidates. It is silent on independent candidates. So if you take the case to the Supreme Court and say that Kawira Mwangaza has defected, it would say, according to the Constitution, it only applies to the president, deputy president, governor, deputy governor, senator, member of the National Assembly, stroke women rep, and MCA. Now that she has not done that, now that she was independent, there is what in law we call lacuna. Lacuna. Lacuna means the law is silent there. Now, when it reaches there, then if the Supreme Court decides, or even if it goes back to the change the Constitution, and then we say, okay, even if you are independent and you defect to another party, then you'll be seen to have whatever. Then it will be applicable, but it will be applicable to the next election that will start any time from now. If there was an election, like we have some civic and parliamentary seats which are vacant because we don't have an IBC commission, if that one happens, I think those seats will be contested under the current laws and regulation. but any other which will happen after that will be applicable to the new constitutional order. Now let us go to a situation where your party ceases to be. Your party ceases to be. For example, we have had, but as we are speaking now, it is only UDA which has been behind the scenes, been trying to influence the parties that are in Kenya Kwanza to fold up and join UDA. What happens? This is what happens. If the party that has sponsored you to the seat that you're occupying, if that party joins another and becomes another one, for example, Chama cha Kazi joins, because I think that is one of the few that has already started a procedure of dissolving itself into UDA. If you join the political party in this party, if you join the political seat in this party, and that party goes and joins another political party, dissolves itself into another political party, from the day that dissolution becomes effective, then you cease being a member of the old party. For example, you are an MCA. I don't know whether CCK has as MPs, or even a senator. Let's say you are a senator of CCK in Mandera, and then CCK joins UDA. In all correspondences, in the Hansard and everything, you are referred to the honorable senator, the distinguished senator for Mandera, for the CCK. But immediately after that, you feel that immediately after that, they start referring to you as, I'm sorry for that, but immediately after that, they have been referring to you as honorable, the distinguished senator for Mandera for CCK. They will now start referring to you as the distinguished senator from Mandera for the UDA. But suppose you are not happy about it. Well, some lawyer would argue that you'd become independent or anything. But still, the law, there is a lacuna. There is a lacuna. Meaning the law, the constitution and law is silent about that. But I believe that henceforth, if your party dissolves into another party and you are not happy, I think the only alternative would be you should be considered as an independent member. So that is the constitution. Now let us come to politics. They say, Waswahili husema, ndovu mbili wakipigana, nyasi ndio umia. But then, for those of us who did 763 system before 844, we used to have a story. I don't know whether that story is still there. That one day, a hare went and approached an elephant and said, "Elephant, don't underrate me. I can really pull you. I can really pull you. I tie myself with a rope and you tie yourself with a rope, I can pull you." The elephant laughed and said, "When do you want us to have that tug of war?" The hare said, "On the market day." Said, "I'm ready." Then the hare went to the lake, got a hippopotamus, said, "Hippo, you know I can pull you. I can really pull you." Hippo said, "No, you can't. I'll just pull you quickly and you drown into the water." Said, "Can we have a tug of war?" The hippo said, anytime you want, even now. Said, okay. Market day. Said, okay. Market day, the hare came with a very strong rope, gave it to the elephant. The elephant tied itself. Then the hare said, let me go and pull you from the other side. He went to the other side, then told the hippopotamus that I'm ready, tie yourself, then we start pulling each other. On one side, the hippo was pulling, and on the other side, the elephant was pulling. After a long time, of course, the hare was hiding somewhere in the middle and said, hey, mheshimiwa, nimechoka. Can we stop the tug of war? Both agreed. They said, can you untie yourself? Because tumevurutana for a long time. Then each one untied himself. And from that day, whenever the hare would meet the hippo, hippo would say, hey, habari ya mheshimiwa. And the same with the elephant. That is when two giants fight. Kuna ile Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka said, kupitia katikati. So the hare ilipitia katikati, and it was. Why am I saying this? In the Meru gubernatorial election, there were two major animals. There was Keraito Murungi, who has never lost an election. Every election, he contests on a different political party and wins. And there was the senator, Rinturi, Mintika Rinturi. They were very strong against each other. But Kawira Mwangaza did what the hare did. But also, Kawira Mwangaza was clever. You remember recently she was arrested, and she has even been told, hers is a very easy campaign. You calculate, okay, she has a TV which she uses as a propaganda, but you calculate that if you announce that you are having an election in 6 months' time, the expenses you will lose is a lot. But if you start early, and every month you go to every ward and give a calf, you just tell people in the ward, go and look for the poorest person in the ward, show it to me. Then you give that poor person a calf. Then the next month you go to the same and say, so how many months are there? 60 months. You find that in every ward, 60 times 60, that is 3,600 calves. How much is a calf? That is 10,000 shillings. That comes to something like 4 million, 3.6 million to 4 million. You have only used 4 million, an amount that MCS use for campaigning. And you go to every village, people say that. That is the trick she used. Now, what next for 2027? 2027, you find that immediately before she announced her defection to UDA, Keraito Murungi had told everybody that he's going to make an effort. He's going to make an effort to promote UDA in Meru County. Rinturi is a minister or a cabinet secretary in the UDA government. So, Kawira Mwangaza has been having impeachment. She has had two. The other one was the Embu, Wambora. So she has been having impeachment because you'd find that MCS, who are, most of them are in Kenya Kwanza, they have been giving a hard time. Now, UDA party will silently tell them to keep off her. So she will reign with little or no opposition. Now it will come to the election time. It will come to election time where the three political giants, Keraito Murungi, Mintika Riduri, and Kawira Mwangaza will now all of them want the UDA seat. From history, from the way things have been happening, in many cases, the sitting member, MCA, MNA, senator, governor, usually the person who is on the seat in that party is usually the one who gets that. Although they may have a mini election within UDA to select a UDA candidate, but in many cases, the person who is still there, if he or she is interested, and because she'll be going for the second time, if she has qualifications and is interested, then she will be allowed. I'm saying she qualified because if you are having the second, if you are completing your second term and you want the third time, you are not qualified. So if you are qualified and you are interested, in almost all cases, you are the one to be given an automatic seat. So viewers, Kawira Mwangaza has seen Mwangaza.